Okay, so we're diving deep today, really deep,
Yeah.
into the aftermath of, Trump's win back in
Mhm.
2016.
Yeah.
We've got, like, this whole list of discussion points, kind of like puzzle pieces,
Right.
to help us see the big picture.
Absolutely. It's amazing how
Yeah,
one event can just
Dude.
trigger so much.
It's wild. Like,
Yeah.
everything changed, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so first up,
Okay.
domestic policy, healthcare, immigration, taxes. Big stuff.
Absolutely huge. Those were like his main
Right, what?
campaign promises.
So what actually happened, like, on healthcare?
Well, he really went after the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
Tried to dismantle it.
Yeah.
Didn't fully repeal it, but
Yeah.
definitely shook things up big time for
Yep.
millions of people.
Okay, healthcare. Always a hot
it's
topic,
high
right?
power, yeah.
What about immigration?
Big one, right? He
Yeah.
promised that wall, remember? And he
yeah.
built it.
Or at least parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the travel ban
Oh,
from those Muslim majority countries.
yeah, that was,
Huge controversy,
yeah, controversial is putting it mildly.
definitely.
So, okay, how did people react to all this? Like, to his win in general? I mean,
Totally divided.
yeah.
I mean, his supporters were ecstatic, right?
Yeah.
Especially in, like, rural areas,
Mm-hmm.
folks who felt the system had failed them.
Right.
They saw him as a fighter,
Yeah.
someone who'd shake things up.
And the other side.
Protests,
Yeah.
lots of them, especially from, marginalized groups
Right.
who felt threatened by his
Yeah.
policies, his whole rhetoric.
The Women's March, that was huge.
Oh, massive.
Yeah. Global.
It's interesting, right? Like all these social movements that kind of popped up.
Well, I think it was a perfect storm. His rhetoric, his policies, especially on like immigration, race, gender, really got people fired up.
And social media too, right?
Oh, for sure. That played a huge role.
Yeah.
Organizing protests, spreading the word.
Crazy how much things changed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked domestic policy.
Hmm.
What about foreign relations? America's place in the world.
Yeah, that definitely shifted under Trump.
How so?
Well, his America First agenda,
Right.
really strained things with our allies.
Mm.
NATO, for example.
Oh, right. He wasn't a big fan.
Not really. He questioned our commitments, wanted to
Yeah.
renegotiate deals.
Yeah.
And then there was Russia.
Oh, yeah, Putin.
Yeah. Trying to get closer to Putin.
That raised some eyebrows.
Definitely controversial.
And then there were the trade wars.
Oh, yeah. Especially with China.
Right.
Really shook up the global economy.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk money then.
Okay.
The economy.
Yeah.
Elections always make the markets nervous.
They do.
What happened after Trump's win?
Well, initially the stock market actually went up. Yeah, the Dow climbed quite a bit.
Why was that?
Probably because of those expected tax cuts and deregulation
Right.
policies that investors love.
So good for business, but
Well, it's complicated.
yeah.
Job growth continued.
Right.
But it's hard to say if that was because of Trump or just a continuation of
Obvi-
what was already happening.
Yeah.
And those trade wars, they ended up costing consumers and businesses more money.
Okay, so the economy, a mixed bag.
Definitely.
What about the media? How did Trump's win affect them?
Oh, the media became super polarized,
Yeah.
just like the rest of the country.
Right. Yeah.
You had outlets that were basically pro-Trump, amplifying his message,
Yeah.
and then you had the ones that were very critical,
Yeah.
digging into all the controversies.
And that just made people trust the media even less.
It did.
Right.
Just fueled that whole debate about bias.
Okay, so media's a mess. What about the political parties themselves?
Well, for the Republicans, Trump really changed things.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought in this whole new group of voters, the ones who felt abandoned by the establishment.
Right. Yeah.
But he also alienated some of the moderate Republicans.
Yeah.
So it created this split in the party.
So what about the Democrats? How did they react?
They had to regroup,
Right.
figure out how to connect with those voters who'd gone to Trump.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of internal debates about the party's direction.
Right.
Who should lead them?
Okay, so being president is hard.
Oh, yeah.
But what were some of the specific challenges Trump faced?
Well, those legal battles were huge,
Right.
especially the Russia investigation.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That whole thing really overshadowed his presidency, led to impeachment proceedings,
Right.
just added to the division in the country.
So let's talk about the people who actually voted for him.
Okay.
What can we learn from them?
Well, a lot of them were white working class voters, particularly in those Rust Belt states that lost manufacturing jobs.
Right.
They felt left behind by globalization, by the economy.
Yeah.
They liked his message about bringing jobs back,
Right.
his economic nationalism.
Okay, last puzzle piece then.
Okay.
It's early. But how do you think history will judge Trump?
That's a tough one. I mean, historians will be debating this for years. They'll
Yeah.
look at his impact on everything.
Yeah,
Political norms, social divisions, global relations,
right.
and his use of social media.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a big one.
Right. Like no one had ever used it like that before.
Totally unprecedented.
Wow, okay, so we covered a lot, didn't we?
We did.
Domestic policy, foreign relations, the economy,
Social movements,
media,
the political parties.
voter demographics.
Yeah, the whole shebang.
So, as we wrap this up, I want you to think about what surprised you the most today.
Mm-hmm.
What really got you thinking?
Yeah.
This is just the beginning.
Right, absolutely.
Keep asking questions, keep exploring.
Keep diving deeper.
Exactly. There's always more to learn.
Always.
And that's it for our deep dive today.
Thanks for having me.
It's been great having you. See you next time.
See ya. Bye.